Hello! No, I'm just playing, guys. What's up? It's another Wild Adventures of Michael podcast. It's been so long. How's everybody doing? Good? Awesome. How was your holidays? Good? Great. I like to hear that. So, today, of course, is the day. Hey, buddy. Abby and Libby's, I'm going to just anniversary because today is the day where they were on the trails. They were taken. So tomorrow they will be found or were found. So I'm doing this whole podcast thing so late. Reason why is because I actually was at Delphi today. Some of the crew members were too. We were paying our tributes to Abby and Libby. We walked on the trail.
Some of us.
Some stayed back. We had a moment of silence. We were actually out there around possibly the time when the killer was out there and possibly was telling them to go down the hill or whatever it is he was telling them to do. We were out there around that time. We crossed the ice. You guys will see footage of that later. Me and Tristan decided to cross certain sections of the ice. Not our greatest, decisions, but that's what we did just to get across because we weren't going to walk across the bridge. So, in this long period of time of us taking our little break, we have come up with new ideas that we're going to be eventually doing for Delphi, but we got to wait until summertime, springtime. So it needs to be warm out because it's just too freaking cold. Something new about Delphi is they did a 3D, I'm going to call it like a first-person view to maybe possibly help notice who the killer is, even though like the face is gone, the clothing. Other than that, besides some crackhead named Sean who's blaming his dad who lives, I don't know, like 3 hours and 55 minutes away from Delphi, saying his dad's the killer. He swears him and his dad. I have tried several attempts to contact this Sean guy. Unfortunately, when you post your number and tell people to call you and you don't answer, it's one of those things where like, well, he's a lost cause anyways, and I'm just going to call who he is. He's a crackhead. He's a junkie. His family's confirmed it. So, I was going to ask him several questions of why he thinks his father did it. I am not saying he is the killer. I'm not saying his father's the killer. Honestly, I think he's just trying to get attention. That's really all I think it was all about in the first place. He just wanted media attention, I seen his dad's photos. Yeah, his dad, has the stash, wears a hat, but in my opinion, he'd be way too short in the first place for to be the murderer. And family members have even said that, Sean's a very unstable person, and that was pretty much the end of that. So, other than that 3D video, which I'm assuming a lot of you have seen it. If you haven't, you can just right-click Delphi update, and it'll be like one of the first things. Like I said, I saw it. It actually is not bad. It really isn't. It makes you feel like you were right beside the girls when it happened. I'm not going to also do a very, very long podcast, but I just wanted to do this one, because I told you guys I'd see you the 13th. So, what?
You keep saying with, and it's with.
With.
No, she thinks
And
she's
then you
saying
said
with.
13th.
With.
13th. I might say that. I'll go back in the video and look at it later, but
Beep it out.
I'm
Beep
not
it
changing it.
Beep.
I'm gonna bleep everything out. Okay.
Because everything you're gonna say.
Other than that, we've been on the move a lot. At least abandoned wise. Also, I'm going to talk about the video that I released yesterday. It was only 44 seconds. That was a cafe, hotel. Well, that's what it said. It said it was called a Hilltop Cafe. It's off of US 30. Very small. It's been there for so long you can't even look it up anymore. It doesn't really exist. So that was a very small place. I know somebody wanted to really see what the whole outside of it looked like. Eventually, hopefully, I can possibly retake footage and I can actually get the whole outside for you guys so you can see that.
I have that.
So that's what that 44-second video was about. I only added the little music to it only because it was so short.
That sound creepy.
And plain. Yo, boy, Tommy girl, I sure did. I slid down it. I said, you know what? You guys want to hear something
His
funny?
brother Cody.
So, as me, T-Bass, and his brother Cody were down by the creek, I wasn't paying attention, and I tripped over a stick and fell face first into the snow. It was actually pretty funny. I also fell through the ice. This part of my whole foot was submerged underwater. But we ended up getting across anyways. So, real quick, about 2 weeks ago, we went to, what the heck's the name of that goddamn town? I keep forgetting about it. Corwin?
Corwin.
I don't know. Some abandoned town that's like 2 hours away.
It was a no-go.
And pretty much it's just like farm country, honestly. We knew what it was going to be like. So when we did that trip, we go through Delphi. So we pass through Delphi, get to Corwin. It's dark. And we're just like, well, there's not much really here, which we kind of knew that. You know, we do that all the time. We drive 2-3 hours to a place and we're like, yeah, there's nothing here. So that's just what we do. I'm being videoed again. You know, I got people right over here that you can't see. You can partially see Anthony, but I got people laughing at me on the other side and videoing me there.
It's paparazzi. Take that.
So we came back on our way, and I needed some fuel, and we wanted a snack because the parts of Lafayette that we went through didn't actually have any restaurants. So we were all hungry, so we decided.
Oh, it's Delphi.
Yeah,
yes.
we decided, you know what? Delphi's right here. You know, we don't want to take a chance of driving all the way to Logansport, which thank God we didn't because there's construction everywhere and we had to go on a detour and it was just a big pain in the butt. So we stopped at the Shell gas station and get out, put gas, live action. See, look at that. They're making fun of me. That's what they're doing. They're making fun of me. So as we stop at the gas station, it was me, Liz, Justin, and Anthony. So me, Justin, Anthony go inside. I grabbed me a coffee because I'm tired. I'm not gonna lie, I probably about fell asleep a couple of times behind the wheel driving there, and these three ding dongs didn't even know about it. You should have saw their faces. I was being serious. Anyways, so I grabbed, what else did I grab? Coffee, right? Yeah, I grabbed coffee.
When was this, tonight?
No, 2 weeks ago when we went to
I think we all got
Corwin
sandwiches too.
Oh, yeah, you were definitely.
And so I'm getting gas, you know, I'm walking towards the car. Anthony and Justin are still in, and I throw my coffee, or not throw, I set my coffee inside my car.
I mean, if you threw it,
And
would be better.
that's why I changed that. I knew somebody was going to say something.
But I'm not laughing about it because they are.
And this black or possibly navy blue, what the heck's the name of
I
that
was like,
car?
who's knocking you?
It's I think it's Mercury. I can't remember the name of the car.
Mercury.
He's also getting fuel. It was an older gentleman. Well, he wasn't like old, but you know, he was old. If that makes sense. If not,
Tories.
so
$1
me as I'm getting ready to take the gas nozzle out of my car, me and this guy have like this stare off. I mean, it was just, one of the most awkward stares off. And he caught my eye. Like, he definitely caught my eye. And then me and him just kind of looked at each other for a second. And then, like, in my head, I was like, that guy could pass as BG. I kid you not. I was just like, that guy could pass as BG. He could. But I didn't really think too much about it. I was in Delphi. Every time I'm in Delphi, I'm always thinking of, I'm always looking for that guy that looks like BG. I always do, no matter what. Even everywhere I walk, I'm just like, that guy could be BG. He could pass as BG. So I was like, yeah, he could, and me and him just kind of locked, it's just that awkward, we're just looking at each other. And then he looks away kind of like, okay, this is awkward. This guy's staring at me. And Anthony comes out, gets in the car, and Justin comes out, gets in the car. And I'm not thinking about this, person, it's going on 4 years. And I'm just like, man, this guy, man, I'm just as sick of, this guy being out there than everybody else. But, you're starting to, you have to live with it. I would say they're probably more afraid to turn him in than embarrassed. Somebody who can do that to 2 teenage girls, if the family's embarrassed to turn him in, that's sickening, honestly. Even them being afraid, if they're afraid, he's gonna kill me, at that moment in time. I mean, you gotta turn him in. I mean, what he did is sickening. So I'm gonna head back to my story. So we're leaving. We stop at Delphi McDonald's to grab I think it was a few cheeseburgers. So we grab a few cheeseburgers. We're on our way. We're driving, and then we finally get back to 25. And now, okay, we're heading freaking. Oh, what am I heading? We're heading left, right? I'm all twisted up today. Yeah, we're heading left. We're heading back home. Not to Lafayette. And as I'm driving, I usually drive pretty fast. Everybody in the crew can tell you. I mean, even Tristan, I drive crazy. Oh, I don't think I drive crazy, but they think I drive crazy. We're driving, and we're not too far off of Delphi, and there's a vehicle who's in the left lane. So I'm in the right lane. And I'm getting ready to pass this guy. And as I look over to the right, because I usually look at, cars when I'm driving, I realize that it's the exact same guy from the Shell gas station. And I see his license plate. He has a handicap license plate because that's what really actually jarred my memory. I was like, hey, that's the license plate. And as we get beside him and Liz is in the passenger seat, we just lock eyes again. All right, we lock eyes. I'm just like, guys, that's the same guy from the gas station. And I said, yeah, I swear he could pass his BG. I said, I swear. And as we're getting ready to pass this guy, he hits on his brakes and then slows down. Okay, and as he slows down, he then gets in my lane at the time behind me. Okay. And so I get over because I'm like, I'm like, okay, this is weird. Why is this guy getting behind me now? We already seen him twice. So as I get over, he U-turns. Literally completely there's a U-turn on 25, and it starts heading the other way that he just came from. Just had to share that moment. At that moment in time, I wanted to turn around. I wanted to, follow this guy only because I just think, okay, that's weird. But in his defense, and also because I told Tristan also, is I have a Ford Taurus, and it literally looks like a cop car. It's white, it looks like a cop car. And I could have spooked him, not saying he is a killer, but he could have been somebody who, maybe had a warrant or something. And he's like, oh, God, this guy's following me, and he's in a cop car.
Did that ever make you curious?
But really, my car actually has no lights. It's not a cop car at all, but it looks like a cop car.
Did it ever make you curious on?
But I wanted to turn around, but I never did, because even if I did turn around, I don't know if that guy's a killer. I highly doubt it. That's pretty ballsy that you're going to go to the Shell gas station that's catty corner from the police station and then spit on the ground, your DNA. That's a pretty ballsy freaking move, if you ask me.
Did it bother you from not turning around?
Yes, part of me did, because I just thought it was so strange. But, that's That's just how it is. And like I said, even if I did turn around, what am I going to do? Stop this guy, yank him out of his
Halt!
car, and beat the hell out of him, and be like, "F you," for murdering 2 girls, and this guy could be just some old man
Let
who's,
her do that.
Lizzie would do that.
some old man
You
who
would
I
actually
just
go up to the guy
assaulted.
you thought you
But
could
it
just
was-
go over and say, "Fuck you," and beat the hell out of him with it.
But it was
What?
definitely something that.
Should T-pass that something.
Oh yeah, he's just talking to the woman. So I just wanted to share that personal moment with you guys. It was definitely strange, but every time we go to Delphi, there's always something strange. But today was a really,
tribute.
it was the anniversary, and we wanted to be in the area where it happened because I have, and I know today, guys, I'm going all over the place, but that's because I actually didn't write anything down. I was going to, but when I took the trip and then when I came back home, I was like, man, I got to do a podcast. I told these guys the 13th. So there's just so many questions. When we were there, I know it was a little past 6 and it was still daylight out. And the search parties, they're talking about the search parties and they called them off at dark. There was just so many, some of you might take this the wrong way. If you do, I apologize, but there's just so many wrong things I think they did that day. The police, the search party. I just, and I wasn't there, so what, my opinion means jack shit probably to a lot of people, but everybody thinks differently. And I know if I was there that day, I know that I wouldn't be, looking off to the right. I would be searching definitely the left side. That's just my opinion. That's just something I do. There's just so many questions that I'm like, man, I just don't know. Why were they over here? Why were they over there? And, maybe their girls' bodies were put in a way where nobody could see them, and people walked right past them along the banks, but didn't go in the grass because it was private property or something. Who knows? I'm just a lot of gray area for me. But today was a really, really cool day. Really cool day just to be out there and just knowing, that another pictures. Yeah, pictures. Yeah, pictures. Oh, pictures.
Is it?
You sent them to me, right? Hang on, guys. I actually got a couple photos that I can try to show you through my phone. Hang on, give me a second. Was old Steve Rogers always present in the MCU Endgame? I don't know. Sorry, guys. That was random. Had to throw that in there. Photos. Oh, there's also a couple of videos. Small video. Well, one of them's 7 minutes and 18 seconds, but we're not going to show you that because I have another video of me and T-Pass crossing the ice. I actually videoed it myself, but I was all over the place, but that's just because if I fell through, I'd be screwed.
You did.
It'd be a rescue. Well, my right foot fell through, but that was a whole nother section. Okay. So technically I have one video that shows me and Tristan going up and underneath the bridge and looking all the way through. It's about 2 minutes. I might post that on YouTube someday. I'm not too sure. Let me see. I'm on the wrong thing. I remember where you sent those out to me. So one of them's already the thumbnail, which you guys already see, which actually says close unsafe trail. But we went on it anyways, just because that's just what we do. And then here's another one where Liz, Justin, and Anthony were behind. They were taking photos and staying in it. Like I said, guys, it's going to be very difficult for you to see just because it's on my phone. And then the train, which somebody put flowers.
You can see it more on Liz's photography.
People right there.
Who's helping?
And those flowers. Who's helping BG? I don't know. Is anybody helping BG? If this guy is an old man, maybe he has no family left.
T-Pass. T-Pass goes, I keep that thing on me so every trail I take it safe.
So, oh wait, what is your name of your photograph page so they can actually see that?
What is this photography?
That's all you type in?
Mhm.
Okay. You see how much I do with photos. I didn't know that.
I do.
So if you guys go to Liz's photography, you will actually see pictures of Delphi and all the other places that we've been to. They're really neat. They're really cool. Or Instagram. Wait, what's your Instagram stuff? You should be telling them this because I
I
probably
have
said
a
the wrong thing.
scratchy throat.
So Liz's photography will have photos on it.
What's BG family?
If they want to get a clearer view,
Bridge Guys family.
if they want to get a clearer view without my watermark, it would be best to go to Instagram.
If you want a clear view without a watermark, you need to go to your Instagram. What's your Instagram name?
Liz Marie Cavender.
Liz Marie Cavender.
I post more on the photography page. though.
I would give you guys my Instagram, but I barely use
You
it
want me
because I need a new phone.
Do you want me to
Okay.
post this?
I used to use this phone, my Sony phone. It was freaking great until I dropped it in the water swinging on a vine. Technically, when I was at work a long time ago, getting paid for it, and it got soaked. So true. T-Pass is a witness. He saw it. My phone kind of got screwed up since then. So, with that out of the way, I was going to tell you guys something about Delphi, and I forgot it. Shit.
What, were you going to ask them or were you going to
What
tell them?
was it? Oh, my.
Was it
Yeah, said, tell them how we weren't the only ones who had to cross the sign.
Are you talking about the no trespassing sign? Or are you talking about in the front? I think you're talking about when we first walked through. Yeah, we also aren't the only ones. We didn't even see anybody out there, but somebody was definitely out there.
we mean
Several footprints leading in different directions. Not only on the trail side, but on the other side, which that easily could have been people out there. But
Someone pissed on trails too.
well, there was a lot of piss and shit on the trail from dogs. Man, what was I gonna say?
Was it about Delphi?
Yeah, dude, it was about Delphi. I think it was pretty good too. Yeah, the unsafe trail. Yes, that was the sign. Yeah, a bunch of people actually walked right
I've seen
past it.
me, Justin, and Liz, I've seen people walk up there as you're exploring up there.
All right, who the heck is she talking to?
A ghost. Just kidding.
Oh yeah, I like what you guys said. So BG is too familiar with the area.
I mean, he's not wrong.
Well, I don't
No,
know
it was Candy Cane.
who said he wasn't familiar with the area. Yeah, he has the vine swinging. That's great. Oh, I definitely think BG is familiar with the area. I still think he's still there, believe it or not. I think he is. I'm not saying I don't think he's downtown. No, definitely not. I think he's everywhere you go. There's always that one guy who lives alone, don't go out much, don't like to go out much, and they're not a people person at all. Because he's not right up here. He has very, very sick thoughts. And that proved it the 13th, sorry. That proved it the 13th on 2017. And I also believe he was, if you're walking on the trail to the bridge and I'm looking at the bridge, I think he was on the left side. I think that's where he was at in the first place. I think he was watching them. What am I doing?
I'm gonna sit by you.
You gonna say hi? No, well, they can see you.
They already see you there.
That's a camera.
Yes.
Yeah, that's a camera. Here, look, I blocked it off. Now nobody can see you. Go.
I'm gonna sit by you.
You wanna sit by me?
Yeah.
That's where I believe he came from. And I think he was actually walking on that back road, that whole back road area.
Yeah.
He's got to have connections to Delphi. Oh yeah, I think so.
Siri, I'm drunk.
Whoops. Sorry. I definitely think he has connections, but in my opinion, I think he came from the left side, and I think he was walking on that one road. I can't remember the name of the road, but it's back there. I think he has to live. Maybe I'm not saying really close, but right by there, maybe. And I think that he walked that. I think he cut through the woods because it's faster. I think he saw the girls, just having a good time on the trail, and that's when he decided, okay, I'm going to walk on this bridge, and I'm gonna, assume come up to these two girls, and
I'm gonna get
know,
the sip.
and when he,
Oh,
that's okay, don't worry about it, I'll fix it. And I think once he was dedicated in the first place. I think when he saw them, and then when he got on that trail and he saw that nobody was around, I think that's when he knew what he was going to do, and he knew he had the girls exactly where he wanted them. He had them in a spot where you just can't run, from that spot. So, oh yeah, definitely, guys. I'll be right back. Anthony, why don't you talk to him? Tell him about your Delphi trip.
What, the one that I fully didn't go in?
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, tell what we did.
I mean, we definitely stayed back.
Look at the camera. Lizzie, tell him.
What? He wants you in the camera.
Go. Tell him. And the camera.
What?
Dude. There's nobody in the camera. Like, seriously. All we have to say was badass. That's all I have to say. What? I'm being truthful. Since I can't comment about it.
Why?
I don't know. I'm on timeout. I don't know why.
T-Pass, what's up? Oh, shoot.
Yeah, we took pictures.
Okay, so
I'll talk then. Yeah, like
hey, Michael.
we totally took pictures and shit like that, and then Lizzie was scared about some freaking noise in the woods, and she was screaming. He didn't want to talk, and it was all awkward. So I talked.
Okay, good. Yeah, you know we're still live, right?
Yeah, they're not even talking to the camera. I'm the one talking. They tell me to shut up.
You make
Yeah, she was screaming about a little noise in the woods, and I'm like, Lizzie, it's just a squirrel.
what?
No, that was last time, wasn't it?
I don't, people. This is like a commercial break, but without the actual commercial. You're gonna see what happens when.
Don't you love the pretty wall there, though?
There's supposed to be a commercial break, and you actually see it live.
But that wall is sure pretty, isn't it, bud?
Yeah, that's right.
Oh, hey.
That's the wrong person, bro. Poland.
Hey, Michael.
Rock and roll. Yeah.
Hey, Michael, question. Was it a winter day when they were getting...
No, the 13th. It was
was it nice?
Yes, it was a very nice day out. An unusual February 13th day.
I'm trying to make fun, you know, man.
Sorry, Dave. I took over for you.
Dude, I did this rock and roll.
So, where was? Oh yeah, there's photography.
Responsible kids.
Check that. That was. What in the world? So today, and actually, I know the trail said it was closed and unsafe, but we actually didn't see anybody actually on the trail at all. We did see a vehicle at the cemetery nearby. Don't know who was in it, but we also drove through the cemetery part to check out, because I know the detectives and stuff were at the cemetery when the bodies were discovered, which will be tomorrow. One thing that I think about, that it's kind of weird, but did he kill him right away, or did he I don't know, make him suffer? Did he tie them up? Because people were also searching, so you got to remember, this guy didn't, if he did this, he had a window to do this, and then he had to get out. And I don't think he took the main trail out. I think he went back through the woods, because he's a ballsy guy in the first place, obviously, because he committed 2 murders to teenage girls. So maybe he would, but I just wonder. Let's say they were still alive, but at the verge of dying. Don't like to talk like that. Don't, it's sad. But if, because at night in February, it's still going to get cold. And they're sitting there in the cold overnight, and maybe they did go up to heaven, and then they're watching people search for them, and then their bodies, were found the 14th. And, let's say they were already killed, 8, 9 hours, 10 hours ago. Wonder how that would be. So, what's next for this case? For me, at least, I think I'm still gonna watch the little videos or video of Snapchat. Yeah, that's true. I know we were watching a video earlier before we left. I'm gonna call them a paranormal crew because they had spirit boxes. I like that stuff. I trust me. I've been to a few places. I've been to a very few places that some things have happened and I can't explain them. That's how I am. I've been to a few places where I'm like, what in the hell did I just hear, or what did I just see? I've also anyways, in this spirit box, voices came through, believed to be Libby, correct? To the spirit box.
Both were talking, but mainly
Both.
That's more Libby.
A belt.
If they want,
One of the things that it said, if you are believers of spirit boxes or stuff like that, one of the things was he had a belt in his hand, and he used it. They also another voice or spirit box. It said something about in the water. Something's in the water, and I already told you guys. I do got a few ideas, and when it gets a lot warmer out, when it gets warm, like where what's it called?
Chasing Evil.
It's called Delphi Murders: The Story of Abby and Libby Chasing Evil. It's a documentary, and you guys, I'll go ahead and show them. And you guys, if you look that up, you can watch that whole thing, and you'll hear the voices of what he believes was the girls. And he said there is other voices that could come through this. Like I said, if you're a believer, if you're a non-believer, that's okay. But there was a belt. There was something in the creek. Steve. What did I say? Steve. And don't. I don't want people to be like, okay, Steve's the guy. Let's look up Steve, and whose name is Steve in Delphi. I'm not telling you guys to do that. Maybe one of you guys will, but that's just some of the voices that came out. You know, maybe people were like, "Hey, wait a minute, I know it's
There's always
Steve."
people there.
And like Liz was saying in a video, there could always be other spirits that come through that. Like I said, if you guys believe in the spirit boxes and stuff, watch that. It's pretty interesting. Wait, I know what I was going to talk about. So I need to get this. I'm going to get this whole very first Delphi video that Wide Adventures Michael posted straightened out, man. Because guess what, people? I read comments. I see it all of it. So I am going to kind of clear up some things for some people. Because people think that we staged our very first Delphi video to capture that hammer. Guess what? That was 100% real. That was not staged, okay? As we got up to the ridge, we looked down and we saw the hammer right there. And Tristan said, you know how cool that would be, or how. I totally messed it up. I'm sorry you didn't correct me on that.
I was going to, but you got it.
How we put that hammer there and then use the rope and got it. And the person, I can't remember his name. I could pop it up, but you know what? I'm not going to. He's like, "Oh, you guys so staged that it's sad." A lot of YouTubers do stage stuff. It is what it is. They're just trying to entertain people, but we did not stage that. Okay. And somebody goes, "Well, why else would you have a rope?" I'm going to tell you something. Wild Adventures Michael, me, Liz, Tristan, Anthony, we have bags. And me and myself, I got a lot of luggage, okay? I got a blue universal bag that has a lot of stuff in it. Glow sticks to bolt cutters to small cameras. I got a lot of things, including rope. And we bring all this stuff, and that's just my stuff. Tristan has more stuff. We have emergency stuff where if we get in serious injury, we can be covered, and that's just because we do a lot of dumb shit. We do a lot of dumb shit, but that's because I like walking on eggshells. If you're not walking on eggshells in life, you're not living life. All right, that's how I live. Work hard, play harder, guys. That's Wild Adventures Michael's life.
Trying to do stitches.
But I just want to let people know who are like, "Oh, I wonder if that is staged." That was legit. That hammer was there, okay? And we thought it would be really cool, to grab that hammer, and that's what we did. We were dedicated once we saw it, and we grabbed it. With the bags, I'm not gonna drag them out all the day. If people are like, "Oh, I want to see your bags," I could show you. You know what? Well, I did. But, I'm going to show some because I do got some bags. So I'm going to go ahead and show people some bags that I do have. Hey!
Guess what? Guess what? Guess what? Guess what? Guess what?
Yeah, I need to learn how to do some stitches and shit. You know what I mean?
I got a surprise for you. Guess what?
In case somebody's bleeding to death or something.
Guess what? Guess what?
Paying attention there.
You're loud.
Okay, the rest of my bags are actually in my trunk. But here's just some of the bags that I'll show you. And technically, some of these bags I don't really want to show you guys because there's stuff in there that you're probably like, "What in the heck?" So first things first, this is one of my battery bags. I have all kinds of batteries in here, portable batteries, cameras, everything. So I just wanted to some of the stuff I have. This is my little tablet / laptop computer. Usually use it in the car. It gives me quick access. Okay. Zip ties, multi-purpose. Even if we run into a psycho crackhead lunatic, if we got a freaking zip tie, that's what we're gonna do. That's what we practice. Okay. Safety first. Trust me, it's one of the things we bring on there. Here's some of my camera bags, spare bags. I got all kinds of junk in here. I even got batteries. I even got a converter in my car to make sure everything's charged 100% when we're ready to go. This is just some of the things that we bring. Like I said, some of the things I Probably shouldn't show you, only because you guys are gonna be like, in the world would you need that for? Mess you up the trouble. But you know what? When you need it, you need it. So that's just some of the things that we have here. Here we go. There's some breaking in tools. There's some more breaking in tools. There's a big old bright light tool. No battery, but tell you what, man, this thing. I hope you seen the
Fuck
dog.
is he? Tam off of freaking homo.
These, I'm gonna tell you, these are very important. Okay, trust me, they come in handy. Of course, the battery charger, which I can plug into my converter. Make sure everything's charged. Here's one of our dinky. These are our dinky. You know, we got little dinky med kits too. You know, just in case Wild Adventures of Michael gets on a mountain bike on Delphi, hits a little hill, busts up his knee real bad, and then got to wrap it up. True story. Fortunately, it wasn't on video, but you guys would have
We also need stuff.
definitely laughed at me for that one.
Yes, I did.
I laughed at myself. It was pretty funny.
Alright,
But I tell you what, there was other people there who saw me and even asked me if I was okay. That hurt my feelings.
You
No.
would be kind of squirmish, wouldn't you? Trying to put the needle in.
More radios. This is actually emergency weather
I
radio.
don't give a shit.
Believe it or not, I actually like chasing storms too. But we always have, we like to know updates on the weather.
It's okay.
Gorilla tape.
It's okay.
Yes. Sometimes we got to tape people's mouths shut.
This is not
Okay,
glue.
we do have to do that.
Let's put that.
I'm just playing. We haven't had to do it yet, but believe it or not, we've had to. All weather tape. This tape is actually very special. Okay, this very own tape. When I decided to go to a crack house in
I remember that.
Packerton, when I had my Explorer, and we got inside the house, one of the worst ideas ever. End up taking off in a hurry. End up getting into an accident and just very badly destroying the back of my Explorer. And if I didn't have this in my Explorer, I'd kind of be screwed, okay? Because my window and stuff was all shattered. This all-weather tape, which is black, actually, I patched it after I got into the accident. And believe it or not, when we dropped off Jacob, he actually had a police officer at his house. That I don't know why. Didn't really question, but I parked in front of him instead of behind him because I wasn't thinking after we just got into an accident. And my tape job actually worked so well that he didn't even question it. So that tape is very important. Other than that, I got drill bits, but that's mostly for me just working on stuff at home. I've never actually really had to use the Sawzall. We did Sawzall a door off some, but we thought it was an abandoned place, but it wasn't. But that's a story for another time. Other than that, today we went to Delphi. We really had some quiet moments with Libby and Abby, if they were there, which I hope not. I hope they were with their families. Just hoping that this guy gets found someday. I'm hoping.
That's not a high five. That's a pound.
What's two?
Okay, do it again. Go like this. No,
That's
go like
right.
this.
We'll do a gear video so you guys will be able to see everything. That's just a small percentage, dude. We got so much stuff. And that's because when it says Wild Adventures, that's what we do, man. And we challenge ourselves to do some of the most craziest things. Like today when we walked across Deer Creek on ice, where that's constantly flowing underneath. Me and Tristan went over. Even his brother, there was a section that we all went over, man. It's just part of the adventure. It's just what we do. And that's how we have fun. I know I kind of got off course there a little bit, but I did have to kind of clarify to some people. Yeah, here she goes again, correcting me. Some people who believe that was staged. I am here to tell you guys that it's not staged. And you don't have to believe me. I don't expect you to believe me because they're like, well, everybody says it's not staged. But eventually I will have some stuff. Actually, you know what? I'm going to tell you a video that was staged that I did. I think you guys can still see. It's called Taco Bell Fight. Okay, that was actually staged. The people who were yelling in cars, I knew everyone that was in those cars. There was actually two cars. There was Jordan's car and there was Austin's car. But what's really cool about that, even though it was staged, is I actually told an employee to spit in their food. my friend's food. I said, spit in her food. And he laughed. He laughed at it because it may be staged, but I will add that one thing in there that will add a random guy. And, people will be like, what in the world? Did he spit in her food? I honestly don't know. He said he wasn't because he'd get fired, but, who knows? I know people are probably like, why in the heck would you tell him to do that? It was just a joke, but that was actually a staged video. That's the only video that I have that's actually staged. And actually what happened was I thought of it right then and there. We started just yelling back and forth, and I freaking pulled out my phone. It's like, oh, this is going to be good. I'll post this on YouTube. And that was actually a staged video. But I come up with the ideas pretty quick, and then I just add my own little plot thing to it. I like throwing random people in there because it's even more funnier, when you look at a guy and say, spit in their food, because the guy to talk about, he doesn't know it's staged. Their window thing was already broken, so they had a big old line, and you got people honking, no, come on, hurry the F up. And then, I'm just like, I throw in some perverted words in there, and then, we have yelling back and forth, and the YouTube.
I just hope they didn't spit in the food.
Yeah, well, it wasn't my food that he spit in, so I'm not worried about it. But he said he wasn't going to do it. But that's just one of the things that I like doing. I just like throwing that one random person in there. But that was actually a staged video. That is one of our staged videos that I just thought of real quick. And it really is just for entertainment purposes. I know some people that do stage some stuff that's
And the one
people.
with
What's
underwear.
I never posted that one.
Oh.
You guys actually that's a story I could tell you, but since I'm kind of dragging this on, I'll kind of make it short. I did another stage video, but this time in a Warsaw Taco Bell, and I had my sister-in-law's boyfriend and his boxers in the back of, I'm gonna say a car, because at the time I didn't have my car, and I don't want to say whose car I did have, because they'll freak out. So we're just going to say a car, and the latch wasn't all the way locked, so he could pop out and then run out and freak the Taco Bell people out. He took my money. That was the plan. Hey, he's going to take my money, and then I was going to tell the Taco Bell guy, that guy just ran off with my money. You know what the funny part is? When he took the money, the Taco Bell people weren't even looking. They had their backs turned in the first place. So I told them, I said, some dude just took off with my money. So it kind of ruined, the whole funny thing of some dude in his boxers is taking off with freaking money. And they're like, are you playing with me? I said, no. I said, I ain't playing with you. I said, he freaking took off with my money. And he goes, I'll pull up the cameras. I said, pull up the cameras, man. You'll see it all. And then they saw it. And one guy goes, oh my God, dude, that's horrible. He ended up giving me free food anyways. I know what some of you people are probably like, what? Yeah. Usually if you go, or used to go at Taco Bell line, it used to give you a bunch of free stuff anyways.
I was hungry that night.
But one of his employees actually did see Casey pop out of the back, because there's a back camera, and he looked at it. So he's trying to tell his manager, he goes, hey, wait a minute, come here. And he goes, no, man, I can't believe what happened to these people. And he's like, no, you need to see this. And he's like, fine, I will.
He gave you the
And then
shittiest look too.
he goes back and he goes, we got him on camera coming in the back of your car. And I played it off. I was like, what? My car? No way. There's no way this guy got out of my car. And he goes, I got it on camera. And I was like, dude, that's crazy. I said, that's some crazy crap. I said, he actually got out of my car. And then instead of him actually saying, give me back my food, which I was going to anyways, because it was just, we were going to let him know it was all just a big old gag. And he goes, that was the funniest thing I've ever saw in my life. He goes, I'm going to give you this food for free anyways. It was really good. It really was. I actually wish you guys did see it, but I don't think I no longer have the footage. I might restage it. I'll just restage the whole thing because it's just funny. But we won't do the same Taco Bell. We'll do a Taco Bell that nobody knows, is used to me. But yes, he was in his boxers. That's actually for real. So I also did another video. Who was that? Was that Casey too? There was another video where two guys were eating, and it was actually in a little mall plaza that was actually in that same Taco Bell area, where two people were eating, and I think it was Casey, maybe. Well, I opened the back I about said
No,
it.
actually, it was the people in the gym. We were at the gym.
No. I'm not talking about the B&B one. I'm talking about another one. I about actually gave out whose car I used. I about did, but I corrected myself. So I opened the hatch, and I freaking kind of like pretend to throw him out, and I start beating the crap out of him. I start hitting him and punching him, and
That was Anthony.
Yeah, Anthony.
Yeah,
that was me.
Yeah, it was you.
Yeah,
It was
you.
you.
That was me,
It was
remember?
Justin.
oh yeah, because he drug you out of the trunk.
And I was
Yeah,
laughing.
I'm freaking punching him. I'm kicking him,
People watch
and people in his car are watching me. Literally,
and they're laughing.
it looked like I'm beating the hell out of Justin, and this was all actually staged. This was actually supposed to be a video on YouTube too, but I don't even know what happened.
because I kept laughing.
And I kept hitting him, and then I leave him. I jump in my car and I take off, which he actually did not know that. He was supposed to get back in the car, and I took off. I do that. Anthony's been a victim several times of that.
I was actually running after the car.
Yeah, he starts running after the car, and I take off, and I fly right past these people in this car, okay? And I'm in a hurry, and I get out, and I roll, I run out, tell them to roll down his window. I give them $1 and said, you didn't see nothing. And they shut up. They didn't say nothing. They didn't call the cops. And I whip around, and I pretend to throw Justin back in the car, and I take off. That is another staged video that I did do, but I don't even know what happened to the footage. I think it was just one of those moments where it was too funny, and I was just like, you know what, I'm not even going to film it. It was just funny. I come up with some crazy ideas, but that's just some of them. Oh yeah. See, Tommy boy here. He there's another one we did. We've done pranks from really funny to everybody knowing, and we've done pranks for some of our own friends that they had nothing to do about, and it involved with handguns.
Justin,
it involved with handguns. Those are extreme. I'm not gonna lie, they were extreme. Scared the hell out of some of them.
He quit for a little while.
I wasn't like, it was just one of those ideas where, oh yeah, this was a good idea. But I'm gonna actually tell the one that Tristan was talking about. We did one where I was picking up Anthony from work, and me and Tristan talked. We were already talked. We had this planned out. Like, oh, we really need to get Anthony, and we came up with this idea of, okay, I'll get him for work. We'll go on a back road, and we'll act like Tristan's behind us, but he's in a distance. And he's one of those, what's the mad drivers? What's the name of that? Raged person driving. So Tristan is at a Panda Express parking lot when I get Anthony. Anthony has no clue. And after a while, I'm like, man, this guy just keeps following me. I said, I can't lose this guy. So, I'm like, okay, I got plans. I'm going to floor it inside a parking lot, do some maneuvers, and see if this guy's really following me. Well, Tristan follows me, does the exact same thing. This is going good. All right. And at the time, Anthony's kind of like, man, what's going on? I said, dude, I don't know. And Anthony, should we call? And I was like, should we call the cops? I said, no. I said, let's not call the cops yet. I said, let's see if this guy really follows us. And we went on a back road. And
he was seriously getting ready to call.
And yeah, he was getting ready to call the cops. I had to keep telling him. And then we finally get to this back road, and I pull over and I get out. I'm like, what the heck? Blah, blah, blah. And I, exchange words. And then Tristan, what he does is throw me down. Okay. We didn't expect Anthony to actually get out of the car. Anthony, you know what, man? If this guy's following, I'm getting out with you. He's being a brother, right? Well, Tristan flips me over, and I fall into the grass. And instead of Anthony freaking out, he charges at Tristan. Tristan's getting ready to trip over me, so he's trying to get out of the way. And as he's getting out of the way, freaking Anthony shoves Tristan, and Anthony's like, oh, get ready to fight this guy. And he realizes that it was Tristan. But man, we got him. It was good, man. We did. We've done.
He's lucky I didn't uppercut him right in the face.
We've done some things that just
tell him about the
perfect for. I don't butter knife.
Ryan.
Butter knife. That was with a handgun.
No, that was with a
knife. Did he? Yeah. Was it to you too?
Yes. You got me twice.
So I got Anthony twice. I guess there was a time where oh wait, that's right. I saw my Explorer, and I had one of my friends in the very back of my Explorer. We picked Anthony up, I think, from work again,
3 times.
and then Ryan comes up behind him with a I'm ashamed to say this, a butter knife. Comes up behind him. It just I can't remember what he said to him, like don't move or something. Yeah, give me your money. And we've done some bad jokes, okay? But that's just who we are. I'm so sorry, guys. I got off the topic of the whole Delphi thing. I just wanted to tell you some personal stories. No, I'm not gonna do the handgun one. I've done a couple handgun ones that you know the joke that pushes the limits. That's definitely the jokes that push
one
the
you guys did me.
So other than that, guys, today we spent several hours at Delphi. Had a great time. Besides Dairy Queen, I gave Dairy Queen props before, but I was very disappointed in that Dairy Queen today. All right, but don't worry about the Dairy Queen. Other than that, I don't know what I'm actually going to do, like another episode, because instead of me jumping to different stories, we're actually going to be talking. I know it's definitely going to be about the killer. We're definitely going to be really focusing on the killer. Other than that, I do got 2 more great things that I want to do in Delphi. But like I said, I gotta wait for it to be warm, and hopefully it's not too late. You know, it's 4 years, so a lot of things can happen. But I do got some 2 great ideas. What do you say?
Hey, my coffee tastes like shit.
But yeah, dude, Liz's coffee actually did. It tasted sorry. You know what? But other than that, we do have some good things that we definitely are going to do in Delphi, and I really do hope that we possibly do find something that we can give to the Delphi police. We're just hoping that can really help, because a lot of people are just waiting. You know, they want people. You know, you got to turn these people in, and we're not getting that. And I'm being honest, we're not getting that. They might get 10,000 tips a day, but we're not getting any closer. And I got 2 things that I am hoping. This is a miracle that somehow, some way, I find something that I could be like, holy shit, this might help. Because I'm dead serious into this Delphi thing, and it drives me nuts, man. It drives me nuts every day in the week. I'm always thinking of these ideas. What can I do? Where can I look? What steps can I retrace? I've been to Delphi several times. I've been on private property. I've been on the bridge. Where can I go that somehow, some way, something was missed, but it's still there? I think about it every day, and hopefully these 2 things will be able to get us just enough to where something. But do I have high hopes I'll find something? Yes, but when it comes down to it, we'll find out. Time will tell. How's that? Time will tell. Other than that, guys, I will be back for another podcast, and we might do other podcasts about other things if a lot of people want to know. Real quick, though, I've noticed that my subscribers have changed, guys. And when I tell you guys, I see comments and I read comments every day. What?
You have one unlock.
No,
You
that's
can always
okay.
have that.
I'm okay with that. Guys, I do pay attention. I know some of you guys actually have serious questions, and sometimes I can't always answer those questions. A lot of times I'm at work or I'm just very busy. But I do appreciate it, and not just me. Everybody else sees it too. Everybody, including Tristan, Liz, everybody sees it, and we appreciate it. We really do. And we're just going to keep freaking knocking some stuff out, and hopefully we can get closer on each thing. I will tell you guys that there is another murder case that I will be doing. It was a cold case. They actually have a guy arrested. But I think you guys are really going to look into it. I think you're really going to like it too.
The one in Ohio?
No, Lakeville,
What
Indiana.
about the Ohio one?
No, I'm not worried about that one at the moment. That one's actually going to be, I think, really cool. I think you guys are going to think it's very strange, and hopefully we can kick that off. But I'm going to wait till it's warm. But in the meantime, it's all Delphi. We're going to keep looking at Delphi until the day comes. Thank you, guys. Peace out. Bye-bye.
I say bye.
You want to see? Well, hang on. You know what? I'm not going to say that. You want to see everybody? Everybody. Okay. Say bye. Say bye, everybody.
No, say hi to her.
and,
Hi.
and we're in. Boom.
Bye.